30 years after his death, Tupac Shakur remains a source of fascination. Songs like California Love and Changes continue to be anthems. Questions about his death persist, and perhaps even more interesting is the stories about his life. My next guest, Jeff Pearlman, interviewed over 700 people for his new biography, Only God Can Judge Me, The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur. Here in studio with me, his New York Times bestselling author, Jeff Pearlman. Jeff, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations on the book. It is so good. And you are one of my favorite authors. I think the way you write, you just capture people, you focus on details in ways you don't. I loved your sports books. As a huge Laker fan, I especially love these two books on the Lakers. And the Showtime book became Winning Time, the HBO series. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe one day they'll make the Three-Ring Circus into a thing as book. You've written all these sports books. This is the first time you've written about a musician. What made you drawn to Tupac, especially after spending so much time in sports?
Well, I grew up a huge hip-hop fan, and I'm a little bit of the cliche. Like, I was the kid, the white kid in the 99% rural New York town. My best friend was one of the two black kids in my grade of 330. He got me into hip hop. It's almost like the cliche movie. Started listening to Public Enemy, Tupac, and I just really came to love the music of Tupac. Mm-hmm. And always thought there's a great biography waiting to be written that needs to be written that hasn't been written. I just thought, why not try something different?
Yeah, and then as it makes sense that the white Jew would be the guy to do it.
Why not the white Jew? Why not the white Jew?
And yet you got access to all these people who trusted you, in part, I think, because of Winning Time and other things. They knew you, they trusted your work. 700 different people you talked to.
Technically, it was 652. Okay. I don't want to lie.
Okay, yeah, you're all about the details. That's the thing.
I try.
I want to read one thing that I think really sums up Tupac's childhood from you, and it showed the contradictions in him. This is on page 123. Everything about Tupac felt surprising and different. He was a black kid who loved theater. He was an artistic kid who couldn't sing. He was a talker who couldn't fight. He was a rapper who listened to Don McLean and Kate Bush. He was a mama's boy sleeping on a friend's couch. He took the bus from the jungle only to roll with the hippies and the gays. He was rough and effeminate, upbeat and depressed. He was a lot of different things at the same time. That contradiction makes him especially interesting to study.
Oh, man. He was so fascinating. I mean, honestly, he really was. He was a kid, to me, his Baltimore period was really fast. There are 313 different reasons Baltimore was amazing. He went to the Baltimore School of Performing Arts, which was this awesome downtown school. That's where he met Jada Pinkett. Mm-hmm. And it was, you walk in the Baltimore School for the Arts, it's like Fame. It is like the movie Fame. And you hear people singing and you hear orchestras. But then he would go home at night and his mom is a crack addict, and there's no heat, and there's no electricity, and it's the east side of Baltimore. And every night he's living this hell, and every day he's living this dream, and he's theatrical, and he's a kid in Baltimore, nail polish on his fingernails, spray paint on his jeans, tears, and, just a beautiful artistic soul with a hellish home life.
And his talent just radiated whenever he would rap. I mean, some people talk about you don't know if they're going to be something. He was special from very early age.
Well, I had a really good find. He had a girlfriend at Baltimore School for the Arts named Mary. Mm-hmm. And I reached out to Mary and people said, she's not going to talk, she's not going to talk. And she finally agreed to talk to me. She lives in Nebraska. And she said, my mom recently found under the bed about 150 letters that Tupac wrote me when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. If you come out to Nebraska, I'll let you look at the letters. Mm-hmm. I go to Nebraska. We went to the worst bagel place I've ever been. New York Jew, Nebraska bagel is not a good marriage. But the writing in these letters, Tupac was sad, he was horny, he was angry at his mom, he loved his mom, but the writing was beautiful and artistic, and you could just see the origins of where this guy came from these letters to his high school girlfriend. He was I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this, I've been a writer for 30 years. I could not touch Tupac as a writer at 15.
Really?
He was so ridiculously good as a writer.
Yeah.
Just was.
Like a real prodigy.
Oh.
And his mom was a real intellectual too before she got caught up in all the crack, and to see that dynamic was so interesting. And then, of course, so many people are still fascinated with his death. What was the most important thing you learned about that?
Well, I think it was avoidable. To be honest, just bluntly, it was at the MGM Grand. It was a Mike Tyson-Bruce Seldon fight. Tupac is super hyped up after the fight. And he basically walks up to a guy from a rival gang from Death Row where Tupac was with, punches him in the face over something. The guy's name was Orlando Anderson. All the death row guys beat the crap out of him. And later on that night, they're looking around for Tupac, and Tupac's driving around with Suge Knight and basically it's a basic story. It drives up on him and shoots him. There's so many conspiracy theories. Sometimes the truest thing is the actual truth and the straight line of it all.
A story at the beginning in the introduction that literally gave me chills, and I started to tear up reading a few pages into this, is the story behind his song Brenda's Got a Baby, which was actually a true story, and you found the people in the middle of it. Talk to us about that.
It always pays to know a good genealogist, and I went to high school with a woman named Michelle Sully, who's the greatest genealogist of all time. Basically, Brenda's Got a Baby is about a 12-year-old. Tupac is filming the movie Juice. It's 1991. Every day he gets a newspaper brought to his trailer. It's a New York Daily News. There's an article one day, Cries in the Night, about a 12-year-old girl who was raped by a cousin, didn't tell anyone she was pregnant. This is the Noble Drew Ali Public Housing in Brooklyn. Delivers a baby, throws a baby down the trash heap. Tupac reads this article, and he goes into his trailer while filming Juice and writes, Brenda's Got a Baby, in like a half hour. And he was 19 years old. He was a kid. I decided it would be amazing to find the baby who was thrown down the trash heap. I align with my genealogist. She sends me a number one day. She's like, I think this is him. I text this guy, Davon Hodge, out of the blue. He's like, holy crap, how'd you find me? He lives in Las Vegas. I go out to Las Vegas. I hang out with Davon Hodge, the baby. He hasn't seen his mom. I go back to my genealogist, Michelle Sully. Can we find the mom? I don't know, that's kind of hard. She reaches out to this woman a few days later. She says, by any chance, did you have a baby when you were 12 years old? The woman says, who is this? My name is Michelle Sully. I'm working with the writer, Jeff Pearlman. Do you know where my son is? Do you know where my son is? She starts screaming and crying. Yeah, we know where your son is. She's like, oh my God, I'm away from home. I need to get back to home. Well, where are you? I'm at a concert. What concert? The Red Hot Chili Peppers. Where are they playing? In Las Vegas. Well, your son, Davon, lives in Las Vegas. She starts screaming and crying. They reunite that night. So that reunited the mother and the baby from Brenda's Got a Baby.
Yeah, thanks to you. And she had a tattoo of his name.
Of his name.
Thinking she would never see him again.
Correct.
And
it's crazy. It's the best find of my journalistic career.
I mean, that's got to fill your heart to think,
I mean, this is why I can't speak for you, but this is why you do this job, you know? Yeah.
It's incredible. Only God can judge me. Jeff Pearlman, a bestseller. Once again, check it out. Jeff, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Really
I appreciate it.
it.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.